Okay, so in this video, we will learn about the cascade effect of CSS. Basically, CSS stands for cascading style sheets, right? So the cascade effect of CSS, and then we will learn about something called the important flag in CSS. Okay, so let's get started. So what is the cascading effect? Basically, in CSS, it is inside of the browser. Basically, it has a some sort of an algorithm which handles the conflicts between the same styles for the same element. Okay, so yeah, this is what you can see here. There is another great example here inside of the CSS tricks. Okay, so I will share this link with you as well. So here, as you can see, if I just go down, 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 so here is the diagram. So basically browser will check for the origin and the importance, then it will check for the context, then it will check for the element attached, then it will check for the cascade layers, then it will check for the selector specificity, which we have learned, right? And then it will check for the order of appearance. So this is the overall about that. So I am not going too deep inside of this particular topic, but if you want, you can check this like the blog post or this post basically for the handling conflicts inside of CSS in the MDN. This is a really nice documentation which we have currently right now. Okay, so here you can see bunch of things going on, but I will show some of the things to you right now. So we can go to our browser. So now I will just get rid of this. So as you can see here, we have the paragraph element, right? So here, what we can do, we can forcefully attach some of the styles inside of the paragraph element regardless of the specificity of the selector. Okay, so how we can do that? We can do that by the important flag. So what does this mean? So here what we have this paragraph which has the class of paragraph, and then we have the ID of paragraph, and currently this paragraph is blue violet, which is expected, right? Which is expected because the specificity of the ID is higher, right? Now if we want, like, hey, no matter what, this selector, which is the least specific one currently right now, this cadet blue color should be applied to all of the paragraphs no matter what. Okay, I don't care about the like this class selector, I don't care about the ID selector. So what we can do, we can add after this an exclamation point and then add important. Okay, and hit save. Okay, and if we go to the browser right now, now the color is cadet blue, and all of this, the ID selector is now cancelled out, the class selector color is cancelled out as well, but this color is right now there. But if I just cancel out that, so it will be changing. So I hope that makes sense, and this is why we should not be using this important flag quite a lot, because it will just override the colors or the basically the styles forcefully. You can do it by the font size and so on and so forth, you can do anything important, but it will override everything there, and what will happen at the end is that you will end up with a mess where you do not have any sort of like the pattern to follow inside of CSS. So but this is important to know, like the important flag to know, because many of the times something like bootstrap. Okay, so let's go here, something like bootstrap, it will have some sort of the styles by default, right? And sometimes if you are working with some sort of a CSS framework, sometimes you want to forcefully override the styles, but don't do much. Like if you want to change the colors or something like that, you can do that, or you can just change the font size or the font scaling or something like that. You can do that by using the important flag inside of CSS. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I'm not getting too much deep into the like this hierarchy which we have, basically the cascading layers, and here how the CSS handles conflicts. uh, Whenever you are writing CSS, uh, it will come naturally to you where after writing a lot of CSS by your hand, or many of the times what happens is that you are using some sort of a framework, something like Tailwind CSS, and if you are using that which has the like all of the classes for most probably everything in CSS, then this sort of things are handled by default by the Tailwind CSS. You don't have to worry about that. But one other thing which I want to show it to you is that if I just get rid of, okay, I will just comment out this, so this is there. Now for example, if I just select the same selector twice and add the color twice, basically if I just have the ID selected one more time, and here, okay, let me just snooze that. Okay, okay, all right. So if I do something like orange red, okay, now what color should be applied right now? In that case, if you are having the same selector and in the same specificity level, then the color which you will apply at the end will win. Okay, so if I go to my browser right now, it is now orange red. Okay, so this is something to keep in mind, like, hey, if you want to override the colors, you can do that. Not the colors, basically the CSS, you can do that, right? All right, so this is basically the important flag and the CSS cascading effect in a nutshell, but it is quite a lot of the theory to work with, right? So yeah, that is it for this video.